good, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? So today, just kind of wanted to do a quick, guys. Aussie CAD. Am I looking at Aussie CAD? Yes, I am. Guys, Aussie CAD price action has been absolutely amazing today. Absolutely beautiful, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's been so damn amazing. And aside from just the price action itself, what's important today is the price action. Aside from the price action, I was in a position that I feel like I managed so well. So I also just want to share that with you guys. Also, maybe you guys will just see we'll just see how we evolved with this pair today. This pair was hot today, guys. Aussie CAD was hot today. Let me show you guys what we're looking at here on Aussie CAD. I think I'm just gonna zoom in nicely for you guys. There we go. So cool. So we start looking at this market in the morning, guys. So we're around, let's do this. How much better is that? Okay. Just checking if it's okay, if you guys can see. So we're like, let's move my PC a little bit like this. Cool. So we start looking at the market around 9 o'clock. So around 9 o'clock, we're somewhere up there, right? So that's coming in. That's just coming in like towards the Asian close. So anyway, we get to 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, somewhere around here. That's around like the time that maybe that Asia's closing and London is probably about opening. So we're at 10 o'clock, we're somewhere around here. That's kind of when I'm preparing now to look for entries. So I've obviously done my top-down analysis, and I know that higher time frame, I might see a potential buy because we were running into some higher time frame support. So that's this kind of light area down here, that higher time frame support. So we come into higher time frame support, right? We break these lows, obviously creating a new lower low. And look at the size of this candlestick, right? That's convincing a lot of sellers to keep selling this market. Cool. Anyway, long story short, we reverse back up and we take out these sellers that were in here. Anyone that was short off this swing high up here, they were taken out. So morning started off very hot, hey? Just London session begins, we entice sellers into the market and we take those sellers out immediately. So by the way, guys, I am looking at the 1 minute. That's the chart that I'm looking at. That's the time frame that I was kind of primarily looking for entries on today. So nonetheless, let's speak about what the hell this pair did with entries. I did not catch all of these entries, but I saw them all. Guys, price action was just so hot today. I caught a few. I'll show you guys where I did actually get in. So anyway, after London opens, we see prices move to the upside, taking out these sellers, showing us a sign of strength. We're at our high time frame support, right? After we see this impulsive move, what do we then start to see? We start to see a corrective structure. So there's Tremaine just there, sitting, chilling, isolating corrective structures. There we go. So this corrective structure didn't really give an entry. I didn't see anything that was worth entering there. Nonetheless, we have a push to the upside, breaking a previous high. Let me just shift this market to the side so that you guys can see. There we go. Cool. So we have this push to the upside, violating these highs, giving us another sign of strength on the 1 minute. So anyway, marked out that corrective structure, didn't find anything. Then prices decide to start giving entries. So now it's hot. We see all of these signs of strength happening. We just took out some sellers. We pushed sellers into the market. We just took them out. Now we know prices are attacking those highs. Prices are now attacking the highs. Cool. So we see prices coming down into this trend line here. If we just extend this forward like that, and we see them break below, break back above, come back a second time and reject the trend line. There's our entry. We want to be safe, buy stop above the swing high and just wait for prices to break the swing high. There was also this inverse head and shoulder structure over here. So beautiful signs for buying early in the morning, guys. Yo, this pair was absolutely hot today. So anyway, nonetheless, we get that push to the upside, violating some structure. So now I'm looking, I have a larger corrective structure. Let's just do this. I have this larger corrective structure that I was obviously looking at, and that's like a 15-minute corrective structure. So I obviously saw this break of the structure. So now I'm looking for any retests. And I'm also, mind you, let's just go back to where we were looking at. We were somewhere around there. Let's do this. Cool. Mind you, I'm also looking at previous resistance areas that prices broke impulsively to the upside. So after we see this nice impulsive move also breaking our channel, we then start to see market correcting. So in this whole market correction, this is actually where I found my entry. So this was like around 12:30, somewhere around there. So 12:30, we see prices coming into previous resistance as support and pinning it nicely. After we see this pin, we see a bullish engulfing candlestick straight away that engulfs this previous red one. So immediately we see our rejection from a level of structure followed by momentum shift after we've seen countless signs of strength. Guys, we've been seeing signs of strength, highs being taken out. That's Tremaine. Tremaine is in this market. He's just chilling. And mind you, Tremaine is looking for a swing. So at this point in the morning, Tremaine is looking to swing this pair because we have this larger corrective structure here. So obviously I see potential to ride this market all the way, and you guys can still see all of my TP areas. So I had my TP1 there, my TP2, my TP3, and then I was kind of looking to exit this final position right up there at the 90% rule of the structure. So I was basically looking to trade this whole corrective structure, right? So that's Tremaine in the morning, looking to swing this pair, thinking he's found that trade that's gonna quadruple his account. So cool. Tremaine goes through a whole lot of consolidation, ends up identifying another corrective structure. So now we have another potential entry here. There's our entry. Anyone that trades breakouts, obviously this bullish engulfing candlestick, there is their entry for some upside continuation. Tremaine, on the other hand, doesn't trade these breakouts. He only looks for reversal structures. So maybe if he was looking, there's an inverse head and shoulders, like that small piece of structure there's an inverse head and shoulders. So maybe he would have traded that, but he didn't see that. He was just worried about his position, when he can lock it in at break even, or whatever the case is. So finally, we get a nice impulsive break of structure. Nice impulsive break of structure, obviously allowing us now to start beginning to manage this trade. So guys, at this point, I want to manage this trade, but I'm still thinking that I want to swing this position. I want to go to the 90% rule right at the top. That's where I want to go in this position. Oh, wow. I actually still have, let me just do this. I still have the position that I was in on the charts. Let me just look for it 1 second. Cool. There we go. So Tremaine was still looking to swing this trade at this point in time. I'm just showing you guys the actual position, and then let me just hide it again because it just makes the charts look quite messy. Awesome. So that was the position, right? Now there's Tremaine still looking to he's looking to swing this, guys. Tremaine is excited. So we see a nice break of structure. We come back down, and then we see prices breaking and closing above these highs here. So there we have Tremaine now. I didn't want to trail stops above this area here. So below this area here. So what I did was instead I just locked my trade at break even. That for me was enough structure for me to lock this trade in break even. Then what? Okay, cool. So prices got to TP1, but we'll speak about how they got to TP1. So while Tremaine is busy looking at this chart, he kind of comes across a structure. So let's draw the structure out for you guys. There we go. Our resistance up top there. Let me just do this, put the whole structure in screen. I didn't see that you guys were half cut off. There we go. So we then see this corrective structure here. Once we see this lower low here and we see prices breaking above, that's when we lock our position in at break even. Cool. So we're still expecting that maybe we can swing this trade, but then what do prices start doing? Price action, guys. Nature's theory. So Aussie Cat then decides, okay, cool, we're at the high. I'm also looking at those higher time frames, guys. I'm scanning multiple time frames at this point. Cool. So we see this corrective structure beginning to ascend towards where? Towards our third touch of structure. Where is our third touch of structure? At these previous structural highs there. So we know for a fact that there were sellers involved in this push to the downside, and their stops are probably above structure. What do we see? We see this ascending structure towards our extreme highs. What do we then see? We see deceleration, a loss of momentum towards that extreme high, just pooping above, prices closing above the structure and obviously closing back below the structure. We then know today the market makers are in business. Guys, I'm happy about the way that this trade was managed using structure. Yes, I could have caught the sell. Maybe if I was sell bias at this point, you start looking for breaks of structure. But I closed out my TP1. Once I saw prices breaking and closing outside of the structure, I closed out more of my position. I left the rest at break even, hoping that prices were going to swing. Maybe prices just wanted to come below these lows here, take out any buyers that maybe got in and then continue. I didn't know, but my intention was to swing this trade, and I still followed my plan by managing this trade on the entry time frame. The time frame that I used to enter will be the time frame that I will manage according to structure. And just something that simple. Yo, hi guys. That saved my ass. Saved my ass. I even wish I was sell bias at this point, because this was a go-to setup that I would have looked for prices to come above previous structural levels, a nice ascending structure, deceleration of loss of momentum towards that area of structure. Would have been an absolutely beautiful trade, but because we're at higher time frame support, I wasn't so interested. But nonetheless, what are we doing now, guys? What are we doing now? Told you guys from the beginning, we can see that the market today, we can see them work. Guys, price action is so damn beautiful. I wish someone could share in this joy. I don't know, the market just makes me feel so nice. It's just so amazing to see these things happen. Today, we can see them working. Anyway, so what are we doing now? Right now, we're at extreme lows. What have we done? We're starting to work the lows. How have we approached these lows? In a corrective manner. Now we know that we are taking out any buyers that were in from the morning, any buyers that were in from morning London session that bought the bottom. We've just taken them out. How beautiful is price action today, guys? Anyway, that's all I just wanted to go through. Price action is just amazing today, guys. Yo, if you are watching, guys, the Bible says, let he who has eyes or something like that, let him see. Let he who has ears, let him hear. But point being is that everything is always there. It just takes someone to look at it and you will see it. Guys, yo, price action is beautiful. I so wish that I caught all of those moves, but my job is not to catch every single move in the market. My job is to just wait for a high probability setup. So, but yeah, I see someone is saying Falcon strategy. Most definitely, dude. I think anyone that trades market structure would be considered a Falcon strategy, because Falcon trades market structure. I don't think the strategy is maybe theirs, or I don't think the strategy is anyone's. I just feel like they've just put the concepts together and publicized it well enough for us to assume that they originated with the strategy. But the concepts were always there, guys. Everyone's just renaming, just branding the concepts, just doing this, doing that. But yeah, Falcon strategy. And it's a dope strategy. I feel like the way that the Falcon strategy, or let me not even start calling it that. Let me call it the way that approaching the market in terms of looking at market structure, the thing that does for you is that cultivates a lot of good habits. Do you know how much patience is involved in waiting for an ascending structure when you only have 2 touches left? It's a lot of patience to wait for that third touch to happen. a lot of time for you to observe and to see what's going on in the market. So I feel like people that are trading like this, because remember, the way that we approach the markets requires us, because we are identifying and looking at structures, it requires us to evolve as those structures develop. So that means that we're always looking, that we're always updating. We have it in our minds what our previous outlook on structure was. We have it in our minds now what structure is actually currently doing. So we really get we are so gifted with observing and learning straight from the market. Someone that's trading, my whole mood even changed when I thought about indicators, but I don't want to make it feel like it's a bad thing or whatever the case is. But someone that's trading something like, let's just say, RSI oversold, overbought, or something like that. They just trading every time it's overbought, they just buying. Every time it's oversold, they just selling. What learning is there? What are you seeing from the market? Is the market teaching you anything about why it's doing that? Or like, what is there in learning indicators and stuff like that? Please, guys, what or maybe I'm just looking for a lot more out of the market. Maybe I just want to know the market, but there's like really nothing to learn from that level of systemization, because really all that person is doing all they've done is just systemize their process to that point where it's just, I'm looking for this, and I'm executing. But that level of systemization is not healthy. I don't think it's healthy, especially for someone that's still learning. Hope you're having a blessed one. Market been killing me the past few weeks. Dude, it's like that with everyone. Everyone's got like weeks and months that go up and down. Days, weeks, and months. It's like that. But yeah, I think as long as you've been trading with real money, if you've been trading with real money, real money it gives you with you being more attentive than you actually think to what's going on with price action. You know, when your money's on the line, the only issue is that once we observe those things, we tend to make decisions based off how our external how the stimulus is making us feel. Like when we look at the markets and we tend to just make a decision based off how what's happening makes us feel. That's the bad thing. But when you're involving real money and you're in the markets, you are really there. You're more there than you've ever been. And so that's such a beautiful opportunity, dude. Even if you're losing, market is gifting you. You're just getting blessed with experiential knowledge, dude. That's the way forward. To be in this thing and to be as involved in it that you just create your own way of understanding it. That's experiential knowledge. Like, you know how there's so many different carpenters in the US, carpenters here, thousands and millions of them. But even the carpenters themselves, there's some carpenters that have added their own experiential knowledge into the process and have added their own personal thing into carpentry. As much as carpentry is so straightforward and so simple, the different individuals that practice the exact same thing, the experiential knowledge makes the difference, and that develops you begin to do things with your own flavor. And that's the exact same thing with trading, dude. So always, dude. I see someone said, can I ask? Let me guys, at 25 past we're gonna have to cut the live because I want to trade US 30 at half past. So 25 past we're cutting the live. So go ahead, ask your question very quickly, dude. I think I'll wait for it. And by the way, guys, I'll do you guys the favor and I'll save today's live. So whatever's here, you can go and rewatch it if you missed it or whatever the case is. But yeah, I think we're waiting for that question, dude. It's almost time. It's almost time because we have to go to where the money is, guys. The money's coming there around. Stay NASDAQ and US 30 now, so we need to go. Does Lisiva plan on opening a hedge fund? I have no idea, but he's never spoken about it. I feel like Lisiva's got, like, I don't know if you've ever heard him say that the reason why he started trading or whatever was to fund his own dreams or something of that nature. But that's exactly what he's doing now. Trading, I see trading funding a lot of other things. Like he's building generational wealth in other ways. So I feel like that's kind of maybe where his focus is on now. But considering like what he's done in the office, I think he's literally started a hedge fund, because myself, Funny Lake, and Offense are trading for the company itself, for Forex Chasers. So you can think about it like a hedge fund in a way. You're holding GBP JPY buy. Oh yes, dude, we're also holding a buy on GJ. Myself, I've got a buy on CHF JPY, but correlation. So, but everyone else in the Chasers is also holding a buy on GJ. So we're all on that. We're all on that. Let me just ask for the bro. How do I get back to a positive mindset? Routine, dude. A routine. That's it. Like being, if you think about it, being in a negative mindset is something that you do very often, and if you do it often enough, your mind will just get used to doing that. And so if you create a routine or something that enforces this positive mind that you're looking for, you eventually, obviously you go through difficulty. It's tough in the beginning, there's resistance, but eventually you do it long enough, and then your body starts getting used to the routine. And then you'll find that even when you're not thinking about it, you're more often than not in a positive headspace than you are in a negative headspace, because you forced yourself to move from this one environment to the other environment. But otherwise, guys, it's about that time. I will save the live so you guys can go back and watch it if you joined late. But yeah, cheers. Let's go trade USDT, and let's go kill Nasdaq, guys.